Lou Dobbs, Jesse Waters, and Greg Gutfeld, instead of addressing the coronavirus, is really irresponsible and hazardous to our viewers, an unnamed producer at Fox News told CNN's Brian Selter. He could have added Janine Pirro, the Fox and Friends crew, and so many others, hosts and guests, as well as the radio personality Rush Limbaugh, who argued on air that the health professionals were exaggerating the risks of coronavirus in order to stop Trump's primary season rallies. These pro-Trump talkers were serving Trump as he demanded to be served, and as they had so devotedly served him before. Trump insisted that there was nothing to worry about. The virus was only the common flu, that the number of cases would soon drop to zero, that he had imposed airtight containment, that there was nothing to worry about. His allies seconded his message. His supporters believed it. Trump responds to challenge by directing rage at some designated enemy. Hence his attempt to rebrand coronavirus as China virus, so that there would be some target of hatred more satisfying than a microorganism. Tens of millions of Americans responded instinctually to Trump's incitement against the media, against the cities, against China. Even if plague and recession topple Trump from the presidency, that core Trump base will remain alienated and resentful. An Arkansas pastor told the Washington Post in the first week of March that half his congregants would lick the floor to prove the virus harmless. If they would risk their lives for Trump, they will certainly risk the stability of American democracy. They brought the Trumpocalypse upon the country, and a post-Trumpocalypse country will soon have to find a way either to reconcile them to democracy or to protect democracy from them. Trumpism was, among other things, an affinity fraud, a scam that exploits the trust of people who feel something in common with the fraudster. Until mid-March, millions of American conservatives, millions of evangelical churchgoers, millions of trusting Fox viewers were deceived that they would betray their ideals and their president if they took precautions to protect themselves and their loved ones. An NBC Wall Street Journal poll of March 11-13 found that Democrats were twice as likely as Republicans to cancel gatherings and postpone travel, 3 times as likely as Republicans to avoid bars and restaurants. Yet even as the Trump base harmed itself, the rest of American society demonstrated its enduring resilience. While the president blathered lethal fantasies, the free American media shared life-saving information. While the Trump-led federal government dithered incompetently, state governments and civil society filled the void. Lady Gaga dispensed better health advice to her social media followers than the President of the United States did to his. You will know, listener, the success of this social response. I can only hope for the best and prepare for the worst. The body of this book was written in a time of prosperity. You will notice premonitions of trouble ahead, especially the impending consequences of Trump's trade wars. But I did not foresee trouble arriving so soon, on such a grim scale. That trouble will wreck the Trump presidency, and very likely inflict damage on Trump's political party. The United States will shortly be swinging on a social and political pendulum far, far away from Trump. That swing the book did foresee. In the second half of the book, I speculated about a new era of reform following upon the Trump era. But there is an important difference between the reforms I urge in Trumpocalypse and the reforms promised by the politicians most likely to head the U.S. government after the election of 2020. The incoming politicians' promised reforms are progressive, with a lowercase p. Those incoming politicians vow to redistribute income, expand the social insurance system, loosen immigration enforcement, direct more public funds to colleges and universities, and raise taxes on wealthier people and businesses. The reforms I address in this book, however, are mostly progressive with a capital P. My proposed reforms would enhance the efficiency of government, improve the integrity of elections, and strengthen the national state. They are, to a great extent, reforms of the process of government, whose benefits will accrue over years and decades, not immediate responses to the crisis of the moment.